Avengers Doomsday is upon us, and I will be showcasing every week 2 showcases for every single Marvel movie up until Doomsday, going all the way back to 2008 from the first Iron Man movie and up until Avengers Doomsday in 2026. So, let's get it started. What is up, you guys? I am back with another showcase series. This time, we are leading up to Avengers Doomsday, covering all the MCU movies and maybe a little bit of shows here and there, but mainly the movies. I'll be showing this every Wednesday and Friday up until Avengers Doomsday, and then I'll probably have an Avengers Doomsday showcase when that comes out. But yeah, it all got started back in 2008 with Iron Man 1, and up until 2026 right now. And I did an Iron Man 1 showcase, I think a year or two ago, but we've had some new pieces, some new characters that LEGO has made, and an updated showcase for Iron Man 1. So, without a further ado, let's get it started. So the first figure I want to start with is Tony Stark, who we see at the beginning of the movie in the military vehicle he's in. Forget what that's called, but probably like a tank or something. But to build him in his business attire, I guess you could call it, when he's showing off the weapons, I used the torso from the new Green Goblin from the Spider-Man mini modulars, with the legs from that as well. I just thought that it just was an easy, affordable look for Tony Stark, and that piece is not exclusive to that, so you can find it in other places. And then I use this Iron Man head we've seen since Endgame, and then this hair that's come in like plenty of city sets. And yeah, that's Tony Stark, and a pretty simple figure for a pretty simple outfit he has on. Next we have Rhodey in Iron Man 1, which he's played by a different actor than the rest of the Iron Man. Contract disputes, and he wanted more money than Robert Downey Jr. to play, who was playing Iron Man, so they chose a new actor. So this is the only time we see him in a Marvel movie. So I used the torso and legs that come in city sets. They've came in multiple Marvel sets, and just a generic torso and legs, and then reddish brown hands. The face that came on young Nick Fury, but it's also been in almost like every set. And then we have the hair here from Falcon from the Civil War airport battle, the newer one, which you get that nice like military haircut, which obviously he does have since he is in the military. Next we have Obadiah Stane, the big bad guy of Iron Man 1, and for him I actually used the head from Obadiah Stane from the Ironmonger Mayhem set, and then I used the torso and legs from the Michael Scott from the Office set, but it also came on J. Jonah Jameson from the Train in Doc Ock set from Spider-Man 2. So yeah, pretty easy figure to build. You could also just use the one that came in the Ironmonger set. It works perfectly fine, but thought I'd make a different one. Next we have the reporter. I think her name is Catherine Eberhardt, I think. And we see her in the beginning of the movie and also mostly throughout the movie. And for her, I use the torso and legs from Pepper Potts, and then the head from Rachel from the Friends apartment set, and then the hair that's been on Infinity War Black Widow, and it's also been on Captain Marvel from the 2020 video game line of sets. So that's the reporter. Next we have Jensen, who actually helped Tony in the cave create the Iron Man suit, and is basically the only reason the Avengers stopped Thanos, because of Iron Man. And to build him, I used the torso, arms, and hands from the Spider-Man 2 train battle, which was from the actual original train battle, not the 2025 one. And then you have the legs, which have this nice printing here with the belt. They come from the Drifter minifigure from The Batman. And then you have the head from Dumbledore with the side that has the glasses, and I think that is a very accurate depiction of Jensen from Iron Man 1. Next we have the Iron Man Mark 1 suit, and I think the version Lego gave us is just perfect, so didn't really want to change it. I guess you could add arm printing if you want, but I didn't really want to change an already almost perfect figure. He does have a clear head because that's what came on it. I haven't changed it. So yeah, that's nice, and we'll move on to Mark II. Next we have Mark II, which came in one of the smaller Iron Man armory sets with the torso, leg, and helmet printing. You can see mine's a little roughed up. Had it since 2020, and it's been through some years, clearly. And yeah, that's Iron Man Mark II. Next we have Happy Hogan, which for him, it's pretty basic. I use the black, just generic black legs, the torso, arms, and hands from the Minister of Magic from Harry Potter from the Hagrid's Hut set. I think that looks pretty nice for a black jacket. And then I use the face from the Avatar line of sets from Jake Sully in his human form. If you turn it around, you can see that mask he has in Avatar. And then, but if you put the hair there, you can't see it. And the hair is from versions of Falcon. It's appeared on many different things, including Marvel and a bunch of other themes. But yeah, that is Happy Hogan, and a pretty different versions from what we see in the rest of the MCU. So yeah. Next we have Pepper Potts, and to build her, I just used the one that came in the Iron Man Armory, or the I think multiple Iron Man armories, and it's come also in the Avengers Tower, but you can get it from a bunch of places. So that's Pepper Potts. So kind of out of order, this appeared earlier in the film, but I forgot to show it earlier, so here it is now. We have Tony Stark from when he was in the cave. I used some tan arms and tan hands from Thor, but they come on multiple different places, not just Thor. And the torso, which only comes on one figure, which is from Iron Man 3, so you can get that arc reactor printing. And then the head is from Iron Man 3, that same figure, so you get the scared expression. Maybe when you could recreate the scene from when the shrapnel gets in his chest and he's got that scared expression. And then for his longer hair that he has in the cave, I use the Bruce Banner hair from Ragnarok and Infinity War. Next we have Iron Man Mark III. In this particular figure, with the mask like this, the newer style of mask, came in one of the Iron Man armory sets. I think 2024 or 2023. But you could also use the one that came in the Ironmonger set that has the old style helmets, like the 2012 style helmets. And I just chose this one because it's what I had in my collection. I think I do have the other one, but just wasn't the one I found to use for this video. So yeah, that's Mark III. Next we have Agent Coulson, which is our second to last figure. I used the torso, arms, hands, and legs and hairpiece from the original Coulson from the Detroit Steel Strike set. And you could also use the new Coulson if you have the new $430 helicarrier, but I do not have that right now and don't really plan on getting it anytime soon because of the price, but it does have a nice Coulson figure. So I used the head from the Drifter Bruce Wayne we got the legs for Yinsen earlier, so you can make two figures with that one. And I gave him that head for like I guess like a stern look, but my Agent Coulson head is like kind of missing printing, and it's been through some years, that set coming out in 2017, and yeah, that is Agent Coulson. And the final figure from the post-credit scene is Nick Fury inviting Tony to join the Avengers. So a pretty neat end credit scene. And to build him, I just used the Nick Fury that came in Marvel sets since 2020, and I think it's pretty good. You could also use the one from the new helicarrier or the old one, whichever one you have in your collection. But yeah, that's about it, and we will wrap this showcase up and I'll give you my final thoughts. So that was my showcase on Iron Man 1, a phenomenal movie back in 2008 and still lives up to it today. And I don't got really much to say else about this showcase. Just stay tuned for next Wednesday where we'll have the Incredible Hulk. And that'll about wrap this one up. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.